Welcome to Guardian Talks. I am Temitayo Peters. We are shining the spotlight on one-way driving. Despite constant warnings, motorists still endanger their lives by driving against traffic, especially on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Joining us on how FRSC, Federal Road Safety Corps, is tackling this menace is Corps Commander Akinwunmi Oladapo Fasakin, Sector Commander FRSC in Ogun State. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's cut to the chase. Why do some drivers still drive against traffic despite the risks like accidents and legal penalties?
Well, thank you very much. And I think the major issue there is that of our attitude to traffic rules and regulations. It's not lack of knowledge, but our attitude toward the knowledge. We all know that driving against the traffic is dangerous. It's a form of dangerous driving, and there are dangers attached to it. Like knocking down of unaware or unsuspecting a motorist that doesn't know that all is not that aware that a vehicle is coming from the opposite side. So I would say is our attitude and flagrant disobedience to traffic rules and regulations, which to me is a deliberate act. It's a deliberate act.
Okay. How does one-way driving contribute to road accidents, congestion, and overall road safety challenges?
You know, one-way driving is a route violation. It's a road violation offense. And you just mentioned it that it can lead to a crash. Then people being killed. We have recorded cases of people being knocked down, especially at night. We have seen people getting involved in all these acts and leading to traffic jam, gridlock, because it's that violation. That is lane discipline. That means you are blocking you are blocking the vehicles or the vehicles that are coming from the right direction. But you that are on the opposite direction, the wrong direction. So you are violating a route offense, and it can lead to road traffic crash where people will be killed or injured. It's a very serious offense.
Right. How effective has past enforcement efforts been in reducing one-way driving?
Well, it has been yielding results. Before I talk about the enforcement of this route violation, I would like us to know that we've done our own survey. As well, I know that Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, the axis that is more notorious is that from that journalist village to Magboro, the journalist village, then Redeem Camp to Mowe. So, and we've engaged in series of stakeholders meeting, stakeholders consultation with relevant stakeholders to sensitize them about on the dangers of driving against traffic and indiscriminate parking along the expressway. Like we have meeting with the transport unions, the community leaders, even the area community, the community leaders, maybe Hausawa, Igbo, Yorubas, then that CNG gas station, the NIDCO. You can see that people are parking a discriminated vehicle facing oncoming vehicle. We had series of meetings with them before we embark on our enforcement, on our operation. And I would like to, coming to how effective it has been, I would like to inform you that between January and March, that's the first quarter of this year, we carried out 8 special operations along that route, along that houses, 8 special operations, out of which 83 people were booked. for the violation and dangerous driving. And we still marry this enforcement with public enlightenment. And we are going to sustain it. And this Easter period now, we had one during the Eid al-Fitr special operation. Then we are planning another one for this Easter period. So which we are going to be hauled out for those that for the recalcitrant one, and it's going to be sustained. We are going to sustain it, and we are going to marry it with prosecution. It's not only being booked for the violation and go and pay your fines, all these things. We are going to have a mobile court city whereby violators will be arraigned before and it's the magistrate that will now decide whether to set the offender free or send him to jail or to let him go and pay fine. So we are going to we are going to look at it holistically. We are still going to go ahead with our public enlightenment, the public enlightenment program, and at the same time, we are getting support and assistance from other sister agencies like the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Police, the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps. So we are looking at it holistically.
Now that Federal Road Safety Corps has promised to intensify patrols on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway to deal with those driving against traffic and other route violations, can you enlighten us about this?
Yes, when you take the axis, the Lagos-Ibadan Express, you will find out that we have four commands and one outpost, making 5. From Ogunmakin to Ogere to Shagam to Mowe, then Ibafu. That's towards the Kara area. And when you look at the distance, it's a very short distance, maybe between 10 and 15 minutes. From Ogunmakin to Ogere is like 15 minutes, thereabout. From Ogere to Shagam is another 10 minutes or thereabout. From Shagam to Mowe is another 10 or 15 minutes, then Mowe to Ibafu. So that means that we have covered, the Corps has covered that axis. And we have the resources, we have the patrol vehicles. So we are going to focus more. The Corps Marshal has directed that we should focus more on people facing the oncoming vehicle, and at the same time not abandoning our normal routine patrol activities. And at the same time, our rescue operation also, and we have intensified our rescue operation activities. We are having 3 ambulance points along that axis. One at Ogumaki, we have one in Shaga, we have one in Mowe, we have one at the Kara, making 4. So you can say that the Corps plays so much importance along that Lagos-Ibadan Expressway because that's the most busiest road in the country as of today.
Are there specific measures FRSC is taking to crack down on one-way violators, especially on highways like Lagos-Ibadan Expressway?
When you are talking about patrol operation activities, or you are going on special patrol operation, you have to look at there are some factors. And you have to look at some variables, extraneous variables, and what have you. So we sit down, we go to the drawing board. The style of operation that we used last month may not be the same thing that will be using this month. So it depends on the situation. After the previous activities, special operation carried out, we go back to the drawing table, we do the review, then we look at the red flags and where we can come in. We are looking at, we won't abandon our public enlightenment.
Okay.
We are going to manage it with enforcement. And in carrying out the enforcement, you have to do risk analysis. The risk to the motoring public, because you cannot say we so much lay emphasis, they call so much lay emphasis on the minimum standard of safety standard, that the risk analysis, before you go on any operation, you have to do the risk analysis. You cannot want to curb road traffic crashes and at the same time carry out an operation that may even lead to another road traffic crashes. You are trying to prevent one and it may lead to another one. So we are going to do the risk analysis like we have been doing. You cannot say this is the strategy that we use today, because what we use tomorrow, yesterday may not be, the situation might have changed. For example, now when the last time when we sat down we did the post-mortem, we discovered that the excuses some of them are giving, very funny excuse, short distance. That is because this is a short distance, it's very short to our place, instead of going around to turn. So then they are talking about the fuel situation, that the cost of fuel. So it's not lack of knowledge, it's attitude. So when we are doing the post-mortem, there may be need for us also to get in touch with some relevant agencies. Maybe there are some places that they have to block along the express. If it is when you do the road survey and road audit, maybe there are some places we have to block down. So we liaise with relevant stakeholders. So we compare notes and we give our suggestions. So we are not doing it all alone.
Are the existing penalties for one-way driving strict enough to deter offenders, or we need a stricter enforcement?
There is a stipulated fine for dangerous, and it's just small amount of money. It's 50,000 naira. So like I said, in the course of this our discussion, that we are still managing also with mobile court prosecution. So it's 50,000 naira. So just when you're talking about stricter measure, maybe pay more fines or some other thing. Well, it may be in a good direction, but will it curb the activities? Because the core believes so much in behavioral change, not in attitude. Let us change our attitude. Let us take personal responsibility. It's not the money. It's not the payment of fines that the core is after. They are not using salaries. So it's not the payment of fine, but you are just using that payment of fine as a form of punishment, restraint. But not the fine that matters but the safety of lives on our road. That's why you will see FRSC fines of 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. So, but we are still going to improve on our public enlightenment, and we have been having advocacy visits to churches, to mosques, to traditional rulers, that if me as an individual can do the right thing, and you as an individual can do the right thing, then we'll be getting results. Exactly. So we don't need to wait for the government. We should take personal responsibility. But unfortunately for us in this country, what most people think is obeying traffic rules and regulations is like they are satisfied the government, not their personal safety. Road safety, using seatbelt. Road safety said we should not be using phone while driving, that we should be using pedestrian bridges. Let me fasten my seatbelt because of road safety. It shouldn't be. It should be let me fasten my seatbelt for my own personal use, my own personal safety.
Okay, we've spoken about FRS's part. Let's talk about the role of public and private stakeholders. What role should we be playing in ensuring that we eliminate one-way driving?
Well, thanks so much for that question, and thank God you made mention. I was about to ask you that what can you do for us? Like press, we need more of public enlightenment of this and the sponsorship of road safety activities, because Safety on our road is a collective responsibility. We are saying people, and I keep repeating it, that we're talking about road safety, robust road safety management, then the safer road and safer road use, and prompt rescue operation. That's just our major, those 5 points is our major, 5 points are our major concerns. I wouldn't mind if Guardian can say, okay, we donate 2 patrol vehicles or 1 ambulance to road safety, Ogun State sector. I'm so glad to take it so that we can improve on our rescue operation and post-crash care. So, and at the same time, public enlightenment, community leaders, let us propagate this gospel, because the life you save may be yours.
Thank you so much, Corps Commander Akinwunmi Oladapo Fasakin, Sector Commander, FRSC Ogun State. Thank you for your time this morning. We really, really do appreciate you on GuardianTV.
Thank you so much.
You've heard it all. The real change starts with every road user. A special thanks to Corps Commander Akinwunmi Oladapo Fasakin for shedding light on this critical topic. Don't forget to always obey traffic rules and drive safe. I'll see you next time.